What do we have here? It's the Gyration R400 remote. I think I should just call this thing the ultimate awesomest remote in history. That should be the name of it, because this thing is like the ultimate remote. We've been using this thing for a while, and since I've taken one of these and started using it at home, I've used it every single day. And the one day that maybe I didn't pick it up, my wife uses it like 10 times a day. So like, I guess in our house, this thing's used like 10 times a day. It's ridiculous how handy this is. Now, it might look like a simple, normal remote, but you see this? That's gyration. And this actually becomes an air mouse when you're pointing it at the screen. Well, actually, you don't even have to point it at the screen. Now, do you know the technology that's in the Wiimote? You know how when you move it around, it moves your character on the screen when you're playing Nintendo Wii, or you know, like you're playing tennis and you swing. Well, these guys, they developed that technology that's in the Wiimote, and this technology is a step further than that, or it's actually a more refined technology, because it doesn't utilize the light bar. The Nintendo Wii, they've got a light bar, and it maps your position and your movements. This one works with a gyroscopic sensor inside, and there's a few other sensors. I'm not going to get into all the tech specs or anything like that on the inside, because it'll get confusing. But it basically works with RF frequencies. So all you have to do is just plug up a little adapter to your computer like this, and then you can carry this remote anywhere in the house up to 100 feet away, and it'll work just fine. And if you want to move your mouse on the screen, it doesn't matter which direction you're holding the remote in. All you have to do is just press down the middle button right there, and all of a sudden it's a mouse. It makes the mouse move all over the screen. Now, I'll go into more of this remote in a second. First off, I want to show you what else comes in this kit. You can get the remote by itself, but I like the kit, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Now, the kit comes with also the wireless keyboard with all kinds of shortcut keys for internet and media. Now, it's pretty much a standard keyboard, except the fact that it's nice and small. As you can see there, it's not, I mean, that's my hand. It's a lot smaller than a regular size keyboard, but it gives you the full keyboard here minus the number pad on the side. And then on the top here, we have all sorts of shortcut keys for your media center, your volume controls, for back, play, stop, all that, so you can control that. You can also control that with the remote. And over here we have the shortcut keys for the internet, like search and mail, stop, forward, back, that sort of thing, refresh even. Now, here's why I really like the combination of the two. Now, before I was just using the remote, and there was a couple times when we were sitting there, we're watching TV on the couch, actually watching the projector. And here's the way we've got it set up. We have the computer on this side, and the computer sends a signal over to our TV, because we don't have a DVD player or anything like that. And the TV's on the other side of the room. So we like to watch media files. We got some Family Guy or whatever that we're watching. And then we were watching YouTube. Well, when watching Family Guy, it was cool because you can navigate to the next, we have them recorded in a media center. You can use this as a mouse to navigate to the next file, and you can even access, your computer. You can access whatever you want to do in your computer. You can just access that and click on the file just like you would with your mouse and access it that way. It'll open up in whatever media player. But here's what's cool. We were watching YouTube, and there were a couple times when we were just browsing back and forth, laughing through videos. This was our mouse. We can use it to also navigate back and forth. But there were a couple times when I was like, you know what, I want to search for something. I had to get up and run over to the keyboard. But with this setup, you've got the remote and the keyboard. So you can sit around with a whole bunch of people. They can search for stuff. They can control the internet here, and they can control things here as well. You can make it full screen. I mean, it's full functionality. So that is a really cool thing to be able to sit there, access the internet. It also would work very well for a presentation if you want to do, you're doing a media presentation or even a presentation of a spreadsheet. You have a wireless mouse. And what's cool about this, like I said, is you don't have to point it at the screen. So if you're giving a presentation, you don't have to sit there and turn around and point it at the actual screen. You can point it any way you want to point it. As long as you're holding the button down, the mouse moves. So that's what's cool. All right, now let's take a tour of all the ins and outs and all the buttons on the Gyration remote here. Now at the top, this is one of my favorite buttons on here. This button will allow you to open up either Windows Media Player or iTunes. It's out of range right now. I can't find my iTunes. But this will allow you to open up iTunes or Windows Media Player, and then it'll let you browse through your entire music library, and it's organized just like an iPod. I mean, you have the artists, the playlists, you can access those. Then you just use the navigation keys to go back and forth between artist and album. It's extremely easy to use. When you're not using iTunes, this becomes sort of like the navigation for your DVD menus. And then you have, of course, the play, stop, rewind, and even a record, so you can record to your hard drive. Up here we have all the different shortcut keys that'll work with your TV, your PC, your cable satellite, even auxiliary sources as well. Backlight, that's handy, glows blue so you can see it in the dark. It really looks nice in the dark as well. Now moving on down here, I have menu keys there. Very simple and easy to use. Here's your gyration button. Now this is a lot of fun. You hold this down, and as you move the device, it moves the mouse on the screen. We have left and right click, and if you want to click and drag, you just hold them both down at the same time. Your thumb fits on there really easily, and it becomes almost second nature. There's the button that opens up Windows Media Center at volume and channel controls there. There's mute. Here's some shortcut keys for inside Media Center. We have play, we have play TV, record TV, pictures, and movie folder, so we can access all that there. And then we have the full 1 through 9 plus 0 pound, and the star key there. It's a loaded remote. I mean, it's like the best little universal remote that works with everything and your PC, and it does the PC well. And then down at the bottom, we even have more shortcut keys to access internet. So the remote is completely loaded. Now, this is kind of cute. We were sitting at home the other day, actually yesterday, and I came into the house. My wife is sitting there on the couch, and she's watching movies. She's got the cat there, and she's got this thing in her hands. And I walked in the door, and before she even said hi, I said, hey, and the first thing out of her mouth was, babe, this is the best remote you've ever brought home. Because we got remotes all over the place. And since this one has been there, she's been using it all the time. Since it's RF, you can take it 100 feet away. She takes it into the kitchen and uses it for iTunes, because you can access iTunes from in there. And you don't have to run back and forth to the computer if you want to change songs. So extremely full function. Now both these devices run on AAA batteries, and they both use 4 apiece. So they come with them in the box, and they last a really long time from my experience so far. And if you like, maybe you can pick up some rechargeable ones, pick them up here. That'd be nice in the future, so you don't have to dispose of any additional batteries. Those last a long time. Okay, I'm harping on rechargeable batteries. I really want to talk about the remote. It's awesome, full featured, does a lot of cool things. iTunes control, air mouse, gyration, keyboard. It's a lot of things to put into a close. But that's how awesome it is. If you have questions, click on the Q&A tab at the top of the page, and I'll hop in there and help you guys out as well. I'll see you next time. For more information on the Gyration R4000 remote with that awesome air mouse technology and the wireless keyboard combo, go to CompUSA.com and type G128-1046 into the search box. Or call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-COMP-USA. These run on 4 AAA batteries, and they come with... Both of these run on 4 AAA batteries, and they both... I'm going home.